Hit 'em up. What's the backstory behind Hit 'em up?
Hit 'em up. You know, we was in the studio one day and it was two hit 'em ups. A lot of people don't know there was one hit 'em up where all of us was on, including myself. And then I believe the beat for that hit 'em up got leaked out. I guess because Faith Evans heard it, she went back and told Biggie and them, and they did a song, and they stole the beat. So what Pot did, I think he took one of their beats. They had a song, Get Money, whatever. He took it and called it Take Money, hit him up. And one day he was just in the studio like, you know, we're going to do another song called Hit 'em Up. Who's on it? And I think because I already was on the first one, it never came out, I wasn't eager to get on the second one. I didn't, think back then that it was going to be a hit. So I was just chilling, like, okay, y'all do it. I don't really got time to do it. I just want to have a good time. And then when it came out, it blew up.
Oh, okay. So Faith Evans is the one that went back and gave Biggie a heads up that Tupac was making a diss song.
Yes. She went back and told Biggie about the first hit 'em up. Like I said, we had two hit 'em ups. The first hit 'em up, all of us was on it, myself included. When she went back and told Biggie, and that first hit 'em up, it wasn't nowhere near the second hit 'em up. You know what I mean? As far as being a hot record. But also, let me make this clear, man, because I'm Muslim now. You know what I mean? I don't agree with the lyrics of Hit 'em Up. I don't agree. There's a lot of stuff in the songs and the music that I did I don't agree with now. You know what I mean? So I just want to clarify that. But anyway, now that that's clear, the second Hit 'em Up came about. We was in a recording studio and Pac was like, we're going to do another song called Hit 'em Up. Johnny J put on the beat and the rest of the Outlaws just went in. At that particular time, I wasn't really excited to get on the song because I said, well, we already did one song dissing them. It never came out. I ain't about to get on this song. I just was chilling, and then it came out and it was one of Pac, it was a hit song, hit record.
Yeah, man. And if I'm not mistaken, Dr. Dre, he wanted to produce Hit 'em Up too, right?
Dr. Dre wanted to produce Hit 'em Up. We was on one of the, Hit 'em Up was already produced. He heard the record because Dr. Dre is an intelligent individual. You know what I mean? He heard the record. When he heard the record, he really pretty much wanted to remix it, put his name on it. So we was at one of the, I believe, I forget what video shoots for Pac and Dre. He's like, man, I heard that record y'all did. Hit 'em Up, talking to me and a few other Outlaws. He's like, man, y'all should let me do the record. Like he wanted to get on it, But Pac, he was loyal to Johnny J.
Makaveli, you was on the song Life of an Outlaw. Tell me how that song came about.
The Makaveli album came out, man. I was in New Jersey. My grandmother died. Pac sent me back to New Jersey. And I know he said he's starting to work on a Makaveli record, his album Makaveli. And I think I was back for like a week, 2 weeks or something, like a month or something. I don't know. I remember I went back to Jersey. I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to go back to LA. And because I had some fame with me now, you know what I mean? So I went back to my hood as a dude that's on All Eyes on Me, a record that just sold, 10, 15 million records. So when I went back to my hood, I was living that fame in the middle of the ghetto, so I didn't want to leave. And I remember Pop called, he's like, is you ready? I was like, not really. He's like, well, Molly going to contact you. You got to come back to LA. So when I got back to LA, I went in the studio. He was done with Makaveli. So when I went back to LA, he was pretty much done with Makaveli. The only song that he was doing is Life as an Outlaw. And that's why you hear me on that song. It was the last record he ever done, the last record I ever done with him. And that's why in the song he said, Napoleon, would you die for me? And I was like, on my grandmother, because I just came back from burying my grandmother. So it was an emotional time for me, and I was able to spill that, in the music. But when I heard the Makaveli album, it seemed like just the lyrics, you know what I mean? Pac just let everything out. Like everything that he used to talk to us about, everything that he was going through, he just let it out in that album.
How do you feel about Funk Flex calling Tupac Cheddar because of the Quad Studios incident?
Man, these people, like Funk Flex and them. First of all, a person that got to talk bad about a person after he passed away, you can't be a real man. You know what I mean? You're not a dignified person that you got to wait years later to speak bad about an individual who's not here to defend himself. And you got to understand, people like Funk Flex and them, they just all about ratings. They don't care about nobody. He gonna say whatever he got to say to make sure he get ratings. So at the end of the day, these people, you know, they just all about money, man. At the end of the day.
Michael J. White. Are you sure that was Michael J. White y'all seen in New York? Because he did an interview
Man,
with Vlad TV and he denied that was him.
I seen Michael J. White deny the that it's not him, bro. If I can recall, that was him. I can be wrong. I can be wrong. But I do remember that someone looked just like this guy telling Pac he's an up-and-coming actor. You're going to see me in some movie soon. And then all of a sudden, I remember seeing him a couple months later or not after too long after Pac died on some movie. So I swore it was him. You know what I mean? If I'm mistaken, I'm mistaken, man. But he could cut all that tough macho stuff off and just, you know what I mean, with whatever he was talking about. Because I could be mistaken, but I'm sure it was him. I laughed at the interview he did with Vlad, though. I was like, man, this guy.
What's the story behind the walkie-talkies Tupac had at the MTV Music Awards, days prior to the Vegas incident?
The walkie-talkie was just a connection. Like if anybody go another direction, if Pac go this way, Suge go this way, something pop off, you can pick up the walkie-talkie and be like, yo, I'm over here. It's going down. Come. That's all. You know what I mean? This was before cell phones was like, you know what I mean, everywhere, and people can just pick up their phones. So walkie-talkie was just a quick call to let people know that Suge is here or Pac is here or Snoop is there and there's problems because they was in New York. So this was the first time they went back to New York after Pac got shot. So the walkie-talkie was just for security purposes only.
All right. There we go, man. Napoleon, man. Happy to have you on the platform, man. Great interview,
sure,
man.
Bro. Great interview, man. Appreciate it. We keep in touch, man. Let's get it popping.
Yes, indeed.
All right.
Man. Yes, indeed.
All right. Peace, bro. Peace.